pointy nose, chasing mice and digging holes.
Hey guys, it's Gleam, Tri-Tailed Arctic Fox, aka Digipal3 here, bringing you a Wi-Fi 6th Gen battle. It will be a little sloppy, considering I was using my phone, and my phone doesn't pick up apparently it records as an MP4, in which for some reason Camtasia doesn't pick up, therefore I am doing this really strangely. However, I have a battle, and we lead off with Ditto versus Galvantula. I led with Ditto because I figured he would lead with Galvantula, and we'd both set a sticky web, and end of story. That's exactly what happens, and now everything's at an even playing field again. So I'm going to switch out immediately, because I am Choice Scarfed, and I don't want to be Choice Scarfed into a move that does no damage, and I go straight into Furfrou, my ferocious puppy, whose moveset I'm changing after this battle, so, yeah. He goes into Can-Can-Chan, which is his, I wish I knew what that thing's name was, Aromatisse. Yes, his name is Aromatisse. And I go straight for the Thunder Wave on the switch because, or that was the same turn, I don't actually know. Regardless, I go for the Thunder Wave, and, yeah, it was the next turn, okay. And he sets up a Reflect. Now, the Reflect scares me because I realize this thing is screener, so I'm like, oh my god, let's get out of here and try and do some damage. So I U-turn, because that's technically my only other move. I only have U-turn, Rest, Sleep, Talk, and Thunder Wave, which is why I'm changing it, because I'm going to add Roar and probably Sucker Punch. So I'm going to Sylveon to hopefully set up on its face and just sweep the rest of the team like I normally do. Because before this battle I've had nothing but a 5 and 6 O's from my end, and it's been really, really boring, which is why I've recorded nothing. So I set up a Calm Mind, and that's pretty good because, yeah, stuff. But after I set up that Calm Mind, I realized, oh my god, what if he has Toxic? And guess what? He has Toxic. So I get poisoned by the horrible bottle of aromatherapy over there. I don't know what to call it. Perfume. There we go. Perfume. The horrible perfume plant. And I'm forced to switch out because I don't want to take any more hits. I go into Aegislash because he can't poison Aegislash, so. And fairy moves won't do a jack to it, so that's what I did. I sent this out. So I go for the Swords Dance, being dumb, instead of, going for the Shadow Ball or something, or not Shadow Ball, but Secret Sword. Or Shadow Thingamabobber, I don't know, one of the two. And he actually double switches back into his Conkeldurr, which is actually a really great play if I didn't switch into my Furfrou, which I think I did. Yes, I switched into Ferocious, my Furfrou. So that accomplished absolutely nothing because I'm just going to U-turn back out again, and we are back to square one. So I U-turned back out of this thing and straight into my Sylveon, who can obviously wall a fighting type, whose only attacks are Mach Punch and Payback at this point. So, yes, I go into Sylveon, the beautifully bowed, awesome Pokemon, and he hits me with a Bulk Up, or rather, hits himself with a Bulk Up, but it's there, he bulks up. At this point, he realizes he can't do anything, so he's going to switch out again, so I'm just going to go straight for the Moonblast just to get damage on whatever comes in. I figured at this point, there's no possible way I can set up when he has so many counters to the rest of my team. So I obviously, like I said, go for just straight for the Moonblast to get some damage on whatever comes in, which won't be a much, because on top of that, he has the Light Screen up still, too. So he goes back in this, the Mawile, which is a Steel's Fairy type, so, it can actually hurt me really, really bad, because Fairy is weak against Steel. So, I'm obviously not going to be able to stay in for the next turn, so I'm going to switch out. And, I'm going to go straight into my, I want to say I go into my Aegislash, because Aegislash completely counters it outside of Sucker Punch. So I go into Aegislash, and, he goes for the Swords Dance, I believe, after Mega Evolving. There we go. Mega Evolution. So we got a Mawile on the board, and it's cool because he Swords Dances on my face, and I'm like, whatever. Swords Dance, I can deal with Swords Dance, and it's nothing really. I mean, he's just gonna Swords Dance again, which is still stuff and things, but I don't care because I can set up a Swords Dance in his face too. So now that I'm at +2, I figure I could probably hit him with a Sacred Sword and finish him off. However, he's a wise ass and decides, hey, let's go for Sucker Punch this turn instead of setting up another Swords Dance, and kills me. So now I'm down an Aegislash for absolutely no reason at all. He's at +4, terrifying that is. I have to go into my Ditto and just play this correctly. So now I have a Ditto who copies a +4 Mawile, but also has Choice Scarf, so I'm going to outspeed. And I go for the Play Rough instead of the Sucker Punch, pretty figuring that he'd try to set up on me, because he knows I have Sucker Punch now. And he pays for the price of not using Sucker Punch, which cost him his life. So now he goes into Noivern. I knew this thing carried Flamethrower, but I'm pretty decently sure I could take a hit. So I stayed in and went for the Play Nice again, or Play Rough, and I do survive with 15 HP, and the Play Rough will just annihilate the Noivern. So there's the end of that team, too. I mean, it didn't accomplish much. But Ditto's not done yet, no siree. He's sensing Conkeldurr because Conkeldurr has the Mach Punch, and I knew that was coming, so I immediately swapped back out of this thing and back into my Sylveon, who can take a Mach Punch for days. Yes, I am playing this so good. So I get caught in the Sticky Web because that's been on the field for like so long now, and he hits me with the Mach Punch, and it's going to do Ditto. So there we go. After this turn, I believe I go for another Moonblast, just to hit whatever comes in. After the turn effects, with all the poisons, and the things, and the stuffs. There we go, he switches out into his, cotton can, or can thingy with the Aromatisse. There we go, Aromatisse. That thing's name is so hard to remember. Anyways, he switches an Aromatisse, and I just Moonblast it, because, like I said, just going for the offensive moves, trying to get some damage going. And I do get the special attack drop, but it doesn't really matter, because I don't think he carries any special attacking moves, so that was whatever. At this point, I am going to set up a Wish, because I'm just like, hey, wishing sounds good, let's set up a Wish. So I set up a Wish, and I'm going to try and pass it to Ditto, because at this point I realize he doesn't have any actual damaging moves, he just has Screens, Wish, and Toxic. Well, except I didn't know he had Wish at this point, but I figured he didn't have any damaging moves. So I just switched directly into my Ditto, which is going to copy Aromatisse, and also get back all my HP for doing so. Well, not all my HP, but a lot of it. So there we go, Ditto is no longer useless again, it's back in the game at pretty much full strength. Of course it copied a worthless Pokemon, but that's for saying the least. So he actually goes for the Wish in this turn. I don't know why he went for the Wish, it served him literally no purpose. But he wished, so I got my Wish, and then he got his Wish going off for the next turn, and he switches out, and I'm going to switch out as well. But he goes into Gyarados, who doesn't need the Wish. He has no damage on him. But I actually go for the Wish here for no reason. And it freezes because that was the end of the video. I have to add the next part of the video in. Whoops. Like I said, bear with me here. Bear with me. So, alright. There we go. Next part of the video. He did some stuff and things, and I switched out. That's pretty much how it is. I believe he just didn't, or sent it in, and then I switched out. That's what happened. So then he goes for a Substitute on the turn that I used Thunder Wave. I did not know he had Substitute, so I pretty much got screwed at this point. He sets up the Dragon Dance. I'm like, whatever. Dragon Dance this, Dragon Dance that. So he Dragon Dances and cry. So at this point I just U-turn out because there's only one way I'm going to get rid of this thing, and that is to go into my Kangaskhan and Mega Evolve all up in this thing's face and just break the Substitute with a Stab Return, and then hit him again with the Return because it attacks twice. So I'm going to not only break the Substitute but get a little damage on him, which is great. The trick with this is I have to be able to take an attack. So, yeah. He realizes he's still safe under the Substitute, so he's just going to go for another Dragon Dance. Which, of course, is very, very terrifying. Dragon Dance is not to be trifled with on a freaking on Gyarados. No, it's just not to be trifled with. So the Gyarados sets up into my face again, and I'm like, whatever. So I hit him with the Return because it's my strongest move I have, Stab and all that, and it's going to break the Substitute, as well as doing a little bit of damage to his actual physical form. So that leaves him in a tight spot, because if I get off an actual return on his face, he loses his Gyarados, because he can't take a full-powered return. But he goes for the waterfall because he realizes he's going to lose this turn if he doesn't do it. And he knocks me and flinches me. Yes, of course he flinches me. If he didn't flinch me, his Gyarados was dead. But guess what? He flinched me. So now I have no choice but to Death Water my poor Pokemon, and Kangaskhan dies. So that was a waste of a Kangaskhan. It did its job, though. It broke the substitute. But it could have done better. It could have killed the Gyarados and continued being alive. But no, it didn't do that because the Gyarados flinched me. So there we go. His light screen wears off, and I go straight into Ditto. Now here's where I make a misplay. I go into Ditto, predicting the awesomeness because I need the attack. I go straight for the waterfall because I thought he would switch at this point because he has Stone Edge on his moveset. But, turns out, not only do I not kill him from this range, but he goes for the Stone Edge instead of switching out, so I lose the Ditto. So now I'm in a really scary situation because I don't have my Ditto anymore to copy his team. He has a +3 Gyarados, and things are just looking all sorts of bad for me. So I have no choice now but to send in my unbelievably cute Sylveon. So Sylveon comes in the battle with like 80% of HP gone, or left rather, maybe 70%, I don't know, something like that. I'm hoping to take a waterfall, and can I do it? Yes, I take a waterfall. And I do attack with the Moonblast, which will finish off the Gyarados. So that I got rid of the +2, +3, whatever it was, Gyarados, and Sylveon is going to die from the poison, so poor Sylveon, but it did its job, so can't really blame it for losing its life. Actually, it's still alive this turn, okay, but it's going to die to this turn because Galvantula is just going to Volt Switch the hell out of there. Pity, really? Pity, really, but yeah, that's what happens. He goes for the Volt Switch, and I lose my Sylveon, as I expected to. Sorry, Sylveon, I love you, but you did. And now he's going to go into his last Pokemon, which is, of course, his Kangaskhan. I think it's his last Pokemon. And I'm going to go into my Azumarill, which is, I'm figuring this is the best, if not most opportune time to set up my Azumarill and hope to win the game. So I send in Azumarill, and I go for the Belly Drum, because he has no moves to hurt me. So I go for the Belly Drum, hoping to get some Parahacks. Maybe he won't get the Reflect up, but he doesn't get the Parahacks, and he does get the Reflect up, as you'll see in a second, so yeah. I do get my I do get the Belly Drum off, and my Citrus Berry, so I am max attack right now, +6, huge power, Adamant, Azumarill, and then my Play Rough misses, but he gets Parahacks this turn, so it evened out, so it didn't even matter, that was a worthless turn, and the Play Rough kills off the Rumatas, or whatever it's called. So all that's left is this Galvantula, which is a Galvantula, and yeah. I can just kill it with an Aqua Jet, because +3 Aqua Jet will still kill the Galvantula, but psych, it has a Focus Sash. It has a Focus Sash. Hello? Focus Sash. So Azumarill dies because Focus Sash. Sash. I have no choice but to go into Ferocious, which, obviously his only attack is indeed U-turn, so killing this thing won't be your problem, because it has 1 HP, but his last Pokemon, whatever it is, I forget what it is, I won't be able to kill it with a U-turn, so, oh, it's Conkeldurr, that's right, it's Conkeldurr. Yeah, I definitely cannot kill Conkeldurr with U-turn, so this is going to be the end of the battle, pretty much. As sad as it is to say, he's pretty much bested me because of the Stone Edge scenario. And, yeah. The waterfall didn't help either, I'll give you that much, but don't know how much that really mattered. So I go for the Thunder Wave, just maybe I can paralyze him like 15,000 times in a row and kill him with U-turn, but no, he just goes for the Drain Punch and kills me. So that is the game, and it was a great battle regardless. Really fun. Actually, my very first loss in 6th Gen. I've had like 26 battles in a row that I've won every single one of them. So I'm pretty impressed right now with my team. It's full of cute Pokemon that you just want to snuggle. But, yep, that's my team, and I'll be seeing you next time. I'm Sly, I'm Second Colorful, Gleam the Tri-Tailed Fox on a roll.